Hey guys, good morning. It's Dave Santarelli from Santarelli Trading Exchange and BreakingChartAlerts.com. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great day. Make sure you download our app, Breaking Chart Alerts. You can get it for free at the App Store. We got some big news that came out today. As you guys know, unemployment numbers come out every single Thursday at 8:30. And, we were expecting some unemployment numbers here to be around the areas of about 100 or 1.58 million for continued claims and about 220,000 for the week's initial jobless claims. But today, as you guys could see, the Department of Labor came out and we have an increase of 55,000. The week ending January 15th, the advanced figure for seasonally adjusted initial claims was 286,000, an increase of 55,000 from the previous week's revised level. The previous week's level was revised up by 1,000 from 230,000 to 231,000. The 4-week moving average was 231,000, an increase of 20,000 from the previous week's revised averages. Okay, and then as you guys could also see here, let me pull it up here. If you guys have our app, we send out these numbers every single Thursday here. So you guys could see here, initial jobless claims for January 14, 296,000 versus the 220,000 estimated. The prior week was 230,000. U.S. continuing claims for January 7th is at 1.635 million versus the 1.58 million estimated. So much larger initial jobless claims and continued claims than expected for today. I'm watching the markets here, and Dow pulled back a little bit here. Nasdaq still gaining some strength, and Dow is continuing to climb. Now Dow's currently up after these numbers just came up about 125 points, and Nasdaq's up 126 points. And guess which stock is leading today? Microsoft, guys. So it's going to be a good day. All right, let's get on to the next news here. So here's a little chart here. You guys could see on this chart here, we have seasonally adjusted initial claims and seasonally adjusted insured unemployment claims here for the week. So you guys could see these are the yearly charts. So you can see we had a nice bottom there, right around, what is that, around 0.2 million there for the seasonally adjusted initial claims, and you guys could see that's on the rise there. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here over the next couple of months because things are heating up here. So here's 5 things to start your day from Bloomberg. First thing, taking action. President Joe Biden, yesterday when we were on live, we were talking about this. President Joe Biden warned of severe economic consequences, and he also said about possible military action for Russia if the country invades Ukraine. He said he feels Russian President Vladimir Putin has to do something after amassing 100,000 troops on the border. The comments came in a 2-hour press conference marking Biden's first year in office as of today, in which he also backed the Federal Reserve's policy shift to fight inflation and pledged to tackle high oil prices. The president, meanwhile, continues to face problems progressing his agenda in Congress with his bid to push voting rights legislation collapsing in the Senate after 2 Democrats broke with their party to vote against the package. So he's not even getting any, he's not getting much from his party there either. He's not getting much passed. He's, being considered a lame duck here. Disunity, the ever-increasing expectations of rapid Fed tightening has dominated the start of the year in the markets. However, not all global central banks are on the same page. Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda said this week that raising rates is unthinkable. Officials at the European Central Bank are pushing back on market expectations for a rate hike as early as September, with President Lagarde saying every reason not to react as quickly as the Fed Bank of England, on the other hand, may raise rates on February 3rd. This morning, Turkey's central bank decided... Turkey's central bank decided to pause its cycle of interest rate cuts, with annual inflation in the country reaching 36% in December. Next on restrictions. Speaking of policy differences, country approaches to the spread of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 are growing further apart. In China, there is increased testing for people who have received parcels from overseas in some regions. Hong Kong plans to halt in-person secondary school classes from Monday and has ordered the culling of thousands of hamsters. That doesn't make sense. The UK, meanwhile, has announced the lifting of all restrictions. We're talking about things that they say about culling of thousands of hamsters. Okay, that's funny. All right. Meanwhile, announced lifting of almost all restrictions in England, while governments across Europe seem to have little appetite for further curbs here. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen yesterday said she doesn't expect the Omicron strain to disrupt the U.S. economic recovery. So that's good news there. But you guys see those initial claims and continued claims coming up. So that is a little bit of a worry for me. The pause in global sovereign bank sell-off and investor-focused corporate earnings means global equities are having a mixed session so far. Coming up here, you guys could see the jobless claims 8:30. We already went over that. That's why we went live here a little bit earlier. All right, let's get on to the next stuff here. The top market movers for the day. Let's take a look here. So here's the top pre-market movers. Again, a lot of them are penny stocks here, that you can see. Not really anything of concern to me on the gainers. Vroom's one that I've watched quite a bit. That one's up about 9.78%. As far as the losers go there, really nothing too much there either that, we are watching. So, not too much happening there. But there is in some other areas here that we're going to get over here in a second. So now let's go over the top upgrades, downgrades, initiations, and price target changes for this morning, because we got a lot of news that came out, and there's certainly a lot here to look at. So here's the top upgrades for the day. Let's take a look at those. You guys can see PaySafe is one of them. Look at that. It was just upgraded there from a market perform to outperform. It's only a $3.56 stock here. 96% upside. They have a target on it of $7. It's currently at $3.56. That's one we could certainly be putting on our watch list. Next one down there is CME Group, currently trading at $229.62. Rosenblatt just upgraded that from a sell to a neutral with a $254 target. If we go down a little bit more there, you guys could see we have UPS. United Parcel Service. That was upgraded there from an underperform to neutral with a 191 target, which, implements about a 6% downside from where it's at right now. Down a little bit further there, look at that one that has about 506% upside from where the analysts just did a price target change. So they upgraded CALA there, C-A-L-A. They upgraded that from market perform to outperform. They changed the price target from $1 to $3. Stock's currently at 49 cents right now, which represents about a 506% upside from here. Next one down there, too, Silvergate Capital, $109.23 a share. Goldman Sachs just upgraded the stock, but they changed the price target from 190 down to 166. But that still, is about a 52% upside from where the shares are currently trading at 109.23. So that's one that we could put on our watch list. Next one there, Tenet Healthcare, THC. Raymond James just upgraded that from outperform to a strong buy, and they raised their price target from 105 to 120. The stock's currently at $77.19, which, implements about a 55.46% upside from here. So that's definitely one that you want to put on your watch list. So out of these, I'd be putting THC, CALA, UPS, CME, and PaySafe, PSFE. I'd be putting those on our watch list to be looking at later today. Excuse me. Alrighty, so now let's get over to the downgrades here. Really not too much. International paper there. Bank of America Securities downgraded that from a buy to a neutral and lowered the price target from $58 to $54. Stock's currently at $49 there. And then WestRock, that's an interesting one. Look at that. Bank of America, they decreased the price target from $60 to $57, downgraded it from a buy to a neutral. Stock's currently at $46.27, which still represents about a 23% upside to that target that was just revised lower from 60 down to 57. So you still got about an $11 gain to get up to that price target, which is about a 23% upside. So, there's one there that we could look at. Down a little bit more, Burlington Stores, BURL. That's at $223.96 a share. Yeah, I'd be looking to short that one or buy some puts on that. That is overpriced in my opinion, and they just downgraded that from a hold to a sell, and that was from Loop Capital. They changed their price targets from 255 all the way down to 190. 255, and they said, yeah, it's not going there, down to 190. Stock's at 223 now. That represents about a 15% downside in the underlying equity, and with derivatives there, with some options, some puts there, we could look for some really nice gains on Burlington there. So on your short side or the put side, we could possibly be looking at Burlington here for today. We'll take a look at that we'll put that on the watch list, look at that over the next few days, see how it reacts, and possibly look at some puts on that. And now let's get to the next here. So here's the initiations for the day. This is new, analysts that are saying, hey, we're starting to watch this company. Here's what we expect. So that's what initiations are. So now if we look at this and we say, okay, Toll Brothers, that's a good one down there. So if we look at that, it's at $60.35. They initiate a neutral rating, UBS, with a price target of $71 there. I like looking at some of these larger ones like Pear Therapeutics there. It's currently at $4.31. Credit Suisse initiates an outperform rating on that with an $11 price target, which is about 155% to the upside from here. So that's definitely one that you want to put on your watch list and start watching, seeing how it, see the price action on it over the next couple of days. But Pear is definitely one you want to put on your watch list and take a look at that. Next one down here, Affirm Holdings. That's a good one right there because there are a lot of companies and they're implementing this now. Like if you have a website, you could offer your customer, financing over a year. So perfect example, if you have your podcast company, Phil, right? So if you say, hey, instead of paying this all up front, you can make installments over the course of the year. Affirm actually has integration now that you can put it on your website. They'll pay you the full amount right up front, and then the customer will pay them a monthly basis. And they actually have the API and the data there to just plug it into your website and do that. So a lot of companies are doing that now. So I definitely want you guys to put Affirm Holdings on your watch list, and we'll look at that later on today too. Owens Corning down there, 91.31. UBS initiates a buy rating on that, 122 target, represents about a 33.61% upside. And Lennar, that's one I definitely want to keep an eye on because home building and home sales are going to start climbing again here. So look at that. Lennar is at $96.87 a share. They have a price target of $145 on it. UBS initiates a buy rating on that, which represents about a 50% upside from here. So make sure we're putting on Lennar, Len. We could put on Owens Corning there, OC. And then, like I said, DR Horton, that's another good one there, too, to put on. Currently at $90.32. UBS initiates a buy rating with a 135 target. That's about a 50% upside. Toll Brothers, that one's on the watch list there. And like I said, Affirm, that's a good one there to put on your watch list. And then Pear Therapeutics, a lot of upside potential from there. And look at the rating on it. Outperform. When you see a buy rating, that's just the analyst like saying, yeah, it's just going to do whatever it does, with the market. We have the upside here. Here's our target. But when they say outperform, that means they're saying, hey, this stock, this industry, this sector, or this company is going to outperform the general market. So when you see those outperform ratings, they're very strong ratings. And when you see a price target as high as $11 when the stock's at $4, that's definitely one that you want to keep your eye in. Look at that volume that's coming in. Look at the average volume each month and then see if it's picking up there. And then, of course, we follow our trade plan to see if we get a good entry signal. So that's a good one there because I like when we see those outperform ratings. So all right, now let's get on to the next now. So here are some pre-market insights here. AMD, Piper Sandler cut AMD price target from 140 to 130. AMD shares fell 1.3% in the pre-market trading. Vertex Pharmaceuticals, let's see, they boosted their price target from 202 to 274. Shares rose 0.6% in pre-market. Tenet Healthcare, there you go. Remember, we were just talking about that THC. Raymond James raised the price target for Tenet Healthcare from 105 to 120. Shares rose 2.1% to $78.75 in the pre-market. And remember, look at that. They raised the price target from 105 to 120. Stock's currently at 78.75. So keep an eye on that. That's one we were just talking about. Over to the right there, you guys can see U.S. Bancorp, USB. They reduced the price target from 73 to 64, but shares rose 0.4%. Keefe, Bruyette, and Woods, never heard of them. Banks are doing phenomenal here. So let's see. Silvergate, Goldman Sachs lowered the price target. Silvergate Capital Corp from 190 to 166. Shares rose 1.9% in pre-market. We go down a little bit more there. Look at KeyBank lowered the price target on Lyft from $72 to $65. Shares fell 0.3% in pre-market trade at $36.81 a share. All right, let's take a look at what to watch now for the day here. All right, so here's some news here that was coming through before. Travelers, the insurance company, reported a quarterly profit of $5.20 per share, well above the $3.86 consensus estimate, with revenue also beating analyst forecasts. Travelers benefited from stronger results in investment income and underwriting, and its stock added 2.5% in the pre-market hours there. American Airlines gained 1.3% in pre-market trading after a reported quarterly loss of $1.42 a share, 6 cents narrower than anticipated. The airline also reported better than expected revenue as American results were helped by strong holiday demand. Going down there now to United Airlines. United Airlines lost $1.60 per share for the fourth quarter, narrower than the $2.11 loss that analysts were expecting. Revenue topped forecasts, and United said the spread of Omicron COVID-19 variant hurt short-term bookings, yet it expects that negative impact to be temporary. United fell 1.4% in pre-market trading. Ford lost 2% in pre-market after Jefferies downgraded the automaker stock from hold to a hold from a buy. Jefferies said the optimism over Ford's electric vehicle plans drove stock higher than was justified and left very little potential upside. So Ford shares are down 2% in pre-market. All right, next up, Regions Financial. The bank stock tumbled 4.9% in pre-market trading after it reported lower than expected quarterly earnings, with revenue matching analyst estimates. EA Sports could be the next attractive target in the gaming sector following Microsoft's deal to buy Activision. According to a column in today's Financial Times, Electronic Arts rose 1% in the pre-market there. Discover Financial reported a quarterly profit of $3.64 per share, 5 cents below estimates, with revenue also falling short of analyst forecasts, and the stock is falling 3% and more in pre-market action. Alcoa reported adjusted quarterly earnings of $2.50 per share, beating the analyst estimates of $1.90, with revenue essentially in line with expectations. Alcoa benefited from rising aluminum prices, and its stock added 1.9% in the pre-market. Casper, this is one I definitely want you guys to put on your watch list. It's a cheap stock here. People are going out, they're buying new mattresses, and I couldn't believe the prices on Casper here. So Casper Sleep surged 12.9% in pre-market trading after shareholders approved the deal to take the mattress company private. The transaction is expected to be completed next week. So not going to be able to get it after next week. Let's see here. So here is from Wall Street Bets. Top sentiment over the past 12 hours. This is, there's algorithms that could calculate how many ticker symbols are going into Reddit there, and then it comes up right here so we can see what they're talking about. This is for the retail investors. So as you guys can see here, we have Tesla, Lucid, GameStop, Netflix, Baba, AMD, and SoFi, along with AMC, Microsoft, Q's, Oil, leading the way there for Wall Street Bets sentiment. And down below, you guys could see we have some of the top market movers there. You guys could take a look at that. And also, if you guys wanted to join us in our trading academy here, and we're going to be going live shortly, you guys could go to breakingchartalerts.com and use promo code WINTER to save 35% off any membership plan. So I hope everyone's having a great day. Make sure you download our app. It's totally free. Turn on your notifications to get instant notifications of breaking news, trade ideas, announcements, and any type of any type of information that might help you as a trader there. So download that. It's for free. And I will see you guys in the trade room and live on Zoom shortly. Hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe. God bless. And like I said, keep an eye out for the markets today. Unemployment numbers much lower than expected, with continued claims much higher than expected. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the trade room.